Next on Worcester News tonight, police are looking for a used car dealer. They say he took payments from customers and then closed up shop. Plus, Hollywood hits Worcester again. Chris Evans fans hoping to get a glimpse of the star while filming in the city. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Southborough police are looking for the owner of a used car dealership. They say he took payments for cars and then closed his business without giving customers what they paid for. Today, some were showing up only to be met with a locked door. Our ROSLYN FLAHERTY joins us now with the latest on the investigation. ROSLYN.
Olivia, police say he is nowhere to be found. They've received 7 complaints and now customers are left without cars and titles. Steve Morse bought this car from Right Way Auto Sales in February, but he says working with the dealer wasn't easy.
On a weekly basis, I was writing to him through an email stating, "Where's my title? Where's my title?"
Morse says it took more than a month for him to receive the title from the Southborough business. Others aren't so lucky. Police say the owner, 32-year-old Venetia Souza, received payments for cars and then took off.
Something's obviously weird about it, right? It's very odd.
No one was at the business Thursday and there are no cars in the lot. Police say they have received numerous complaints. Souza is charged with 3 counts of larceny over $1,200, and police issued a warrant for his arrest.
These poor people that thought they were getting a great deal only got the great deal because they knew that they were leaving, and that's really a sad thing.
Michael Lombardo owns Central Motors next door. He says the alleged victims have been coming to his door for the past few days.
Some with plates in hand looking to pick up their cars, and unfortunately, they're not there.
Morse says he was able to get his car registered, but now he's concerned there could be other problems with his car.
I have no clue as to how honest he was with the sell.
Police say if anyone has been a victim of an illegal transaction or knows where Souza is, to contact them. ROSLYN FLAHERTY, Worcester News Tonight.
Another windy day in the city. A red flag warning remains in effect until 8 p.m. this evening for gusty west winds and extremely low relative humidity for all of Massachusetts. Winds could reach up to 35 miles per hour. Here's meteorologist Tim Kelly with a first look at our local forecast.
Yeah, busy wind today. Couldn't really shake the wind. That storm that went by yesterday, actually more powerful, even though it's farther away, still having influence. The next one's on our doorstep. We have action on the west coast. That should wait until after the weekend. This cloud coming at us is going to thicken up tomorrow, but we end up mostly dry. So outside tonight, the wind is finally relaxing and the temperature's falling. It's cold, high pressure coming in with dry air, real low humidity. Temperature's going to start off 25 to 30 coming up with the sun tomorrow morning before 6:30. And the sunshine will start to fade. Here's noontime. We're up to 39 to 43 degrees. Clouds thicken up. Temperature will probably stop shy of 50. 4 o'clock, we're still dry, but here's some rain and snow and sleet with a temperature in the upper 30s and 40s. Not expecting any accumulation, but it will turn wet and a little white tomorrow evening. That's a warm front, and after it ends early Saturday, the temperature comes up. Saturday, probably touching 70 in spots, and Sunday looks good, so we're going to have a nice weekend, and then more action in the 10-day in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Tim. Table Talk Pies is issued a citation from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. A pending penalty payment of more than $13,000 is due for an on-site injury. The OSHA website says an amputation happened in early January. The violation was issued last month. An inspection of Table Talk Pie is still open, which means violations may be added or deleted. We did reach out to Table Talk for comment, but have not heard back. The College of the Holy Cross's president is declining to keep an independent investigator to look into allegations of faculty sexual misconduct on campus. According to the Telegram, after Reverend Philip Burrows' announcement, faculty members voted to call on the college's Board of Trustees to appoint an independent counsel. Students have been demanding more transparency about sexual assault at the college. They participated in a sit-in back in February. With more confirmed cases of the flu across Massachusetts, doctors are reminding people it's still not too late to get your flu shot. School districts in the area are also taking extra precautions to help keep students safe. Our Brittany SCHAEFER joins us now with more. Brittany.
Olivia, the Worcester Public School Districts held clinics to vaccinate students. They say as a result, the number of confirmed flu cases were down by 75%. The peak of flu season is over, but new cases are still being confirmed in central Massachusetts.
Vaccine becomes very important. It is still beneficial, and I think you should get it until the end of the month.
In Worcester, the public school district says vaccinations made all the difference.
We did not have a lot of children coming down with the flu. We had no schools that had to be shut down in any capacity. And I believe it's because we were able to vaccinate more children than ever this year.
Dr. Deborah McGovern is the director of Nursing and Health Services. She says this year the district held immunization clinics in all 51 schools. McGovern says the typical number of confirmed cases is in the hundreds, and this year less than 50 students got the virus.
I've been in this role for 5 years, and when I came here, there were about 300 students immunized. That was it. We have gradually increased to over 2,200.
At Leicester High School, nurse Diane Moffett says multiple students recently tested positive.
My 2 confirmed cases were within the last month. We saw more illness and absenteeism in January, but the cases confirmed were later on.
Both school districts say they take extra precautions to keep their students healthy.
We really stress hand washing and proper hygiene and ways to stay healthy for students to get rest. We stress that here at the high school in health class, in my office every day on an individual basis.
Scare is out there in Massachusetts. It's close to us. You know, it's definitely in our area. We have taken such good preventive measures that I think we're in pretty good shape.
According to the city, there were 82 confirmed flu cases, but they expect there was about 580 total. Live in Worcester, Brittany SCHAEFER, Worcester News Tonight.
Southbridge's Board of Health is holding an emergency meeting tonight after a request to remove beavers from near the town's water supply. The water department wants an emergency permit to get the beavers from a reservoir on Breakneck Road. They say they are not a risk to the public, but the presence of warm-blooded animals in a water system can lead to the spread of E. coli and other bacteria. A series of events leading up to the inauguration of Becker College President Nancy Crimmins included a panel of successful women leaders Wednesday night. Becker College hosted the talk called Leveraging Your Authentic Self, Women in Leadership. The college says embracing your authentic self is a part of their education model. The goal of the panel is to share ways women can succeed in all areas of their lives. Panelists say it takes courage to ask what you deserve.
From job to job, because you know you deserve more. So I think that's the struggle is actually a mark of sort of your courage in stepping out of those comfort zones that women are so often stuck in.
And on average, women are only paid up to 80% of men in similar positions, and women of color are only paid at 61% of men. For the 8th year, 5 runners from Massachusetts are running the Boston Marathon to support the UMass ALS Salucci Fund. The 5 runners have a goal of raising a minimum of $7,500 each to support ALS research at UMass Med School. This is Julie Bowditch's first year running. She has already raised more than $13,000. She works in the school's advancement office and is running in memory of her uncle who passed away from ALS this past fall.
For me, working at UMass, of course, I already knew a little bit about it. When my uncle was diagnosed last year, I learned a lot more about it, just by the nature of it becoming more personal to me. And of course, through the marathon, I've become really close to the whole program.
And while this is Julie's first marathon, she has also run the Salucci Fund 5K. Lights, camera, action. Hollywood is taking over the city this week. Dozens of people gathered on a Worcester street in hopes of seeing some famous faces, and the city says it won't be the last time a popular film is taped here. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now with more. Chandler?
Olivia, crews were filming a thriller drama series just blocks away from where I am now in the city. Spectators came to see one of their favorite superheroes, but they stayed for the behind-the-scenes looks. Television crews and equipment fill Ingleside Ave in Worcester. Paramount Television is filming an Apple miniseries called Defending Jacob. Brian Contreras skipped school to see it all, and he came prepared in hopes of getting in on the action.
I thought I was gonna audition for an extra or something. I brought my headshot and everything.
The show is a thriller based on a book of the same title. It stars Chris Evans, best known as Captain America, making it all the more special for Brian. He says superhero films are what got him into acting.
If I shake his hand, bro, I'm never washing the hand again. Oh my gosh, bro, I touched a superhero.
Spectators' hopes were crushed to learn Evans, the star and Sudbury native, wasn't on set. People like Christine Buonomo stuck around just in case he showed.
Hopefully in the moment I don't just lose it and start screaming, Chris!
Buonomo also kept it a secret from her kids.
Oh my goodness, my son would forever be so mad at me, but he'd get over it. He loves me.
The city says Worcester has become a hot spot for filming in the state. Cultural Development Officer Erin Williams says it's thanks to its central location and architecture.
The more films we can bring in, the more jobs it creates, not only locally, but throughout the region. And the economic as well as the social spotlight is a good impact for the city.
And Defending Jacob won't be the last time Hollywood comes through.
We have other films around the bend as well.
It's unknown where and when they'll be filming in Worcester next. Williams says they're here for a couple days, but it all depends on other locations and weather. Live in Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.